How you guys doing? Welcome to the Insider's Room. We're going to do a little review on the 2020 MLB season. We're hoping that Major League Baseball will be played. We're not positive, we're not experts, and we're not going to try to pretend about that part of it, but we're going to assume that the 2020 season is going to be shortened, and so we're going to look at each of the different divisions. We're going to look at we're going to say, who do we think will benefit the most from this shortened season? Obviously, if it's a sprint to the finish line instead of a marathon, some teams should be set up to take advantage better than others, and so we'll ask some of the guys about that. And tonight, our main guest, of course, is Dan Kaiser from Covers Experts, which is the biggest selling site in the world, and I'm really happy to have Dan come on. I met Dan a long time ago. We've talked about this many times on the show before. We just haven't been doing a lot of content lately, mainly concentrating on the Discord, Twitter, Facebook, but we have big plans going into the March Madness tournament to do a lot of more broadcasting, live wagering, and we have a lot of different community members who have a lot of different things to say as well. They're part of our panel tonight. So we're going to talk to some of them right now, and maybe I'll bring on Dan and we can talk to him and see if some of the other guys are around. I do have to bring that up here though, so just give me 2 seconds. Here we go. How do I do that again? All right, who do we got here?
How you doing, mate?
Good. How are you, Dan?
Good, good.
Great. Well, thanks for joining the Insider's Room again. We haven't done this in a while.
Sorry. I put on Twitch, and
Yeah.
I caught must have been last week's show or something. I'm like, oh, I missed it. I'm late. That's why I said I was ready.
Right. Okay. Something's going on with our feed to Facebook. It's not working for some reason. I don't know. But it doesn't matter for tonight. So yeah, no, it's been a while. I mean, we were doing this all the time, eh? Like every Monday, Thursday game, we were coming in on the weekends, even sometimes, and
Yep.
so yeah, I thank you for joining me, and we're going to talk about some baseball tonight. If there's a season, we'll just assume there's a season, or hoping that there's a season, I guess, more than anything. But before we talk about that, we'll make sure we bring on some of the other panel. I'm not sure how many of our main panel is going to be showing up tonight, so we can talk about a few other things until those guys are ready. They can just jump in on the call whenever they're ready.
So I just want to say happy birthday.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Yes, I am now. Do you know how old I am?
No.
47. There you go. 47. Pretty old. Pretty old.
Yeah, mate. I'd love to be 47 again.
Yeah.
So how's everything? How are you? How's the family?
Yeah, I mean, this has just been a crazy incident, obviously. So, yeah, up here in Canada, too, same thing. All the same stuff is going on here. And so we're doing good, actually. But how about you and your son?
Yeah, good, mate. Yesterday was the first time I've been out of the house in a little over a week, so
Really?
yeah,
Just to get groceries?
about to get beer.
Oh, well. That's basically a grocery.
No, yeah, I mean, I got enough food in the house, in the freezer and stuff. I could probably go a month.
Nice. That's good. So you have a deep freeze. Is it still freezing cold there in Michigan?
No, it's starting to warm up. It's starting to get spring.
Right.
So yeah, no, it's all right. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? It's just now just worrying about. I'm not worried about it, but money and trying to stretch that out and figure out where your next thing's coming from, and so it's like what's what everybody's worried about. So
Looks like we lost your feed there for a second.
I'm just saying, it's like
No, your video feed. We have you on audio still.
I don't know. It shows I got a little picture here.
I'll refresh my page. Okay, one sec.
All right.
There we go. Perfect.
All right. Yeah, it's just I'm just dealing with what everybody else is, isn't it? Just uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
With no sports to gamble on, then there's you got to look for income other places, and the stock market taking a dive. I mean, you get hit from every angle.
Yeah, you got to be pretty savvy to know where to make the money on the stock market right now.
Yeah, I usually let somebody else handle that for me, but
yeah.
Still, you just
Mm-hmm.
What was it, like 20% or 15-20% over a few days? But hey, life goes on. As long as you're healthy, that's all that matters.
So, yeah, I don't know what else to say other than obviously it was a big disappointment. We were totally looking forward to. I mean, we touched on this a little bit the last time, and you weren't here on this, but yeah, we were all set to broadcast, and to do some live betting and everything during the March Madness. So what do you envision? How do you envision the March Madness to have gone? I mean, who knows at this point? It seems so long ago, you know what I mean? But it's only 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'd like. Well, yeah, where my loyalties lie. So of course.
Mm-hmm. Michigan State.
Martin's cutting down the net.
Okay, well, no one can prove you or say anything different at this point.
No, but no, it's kind of funny because I think I took me and my son went out to Vegas in the middle of February to go meet one of our mutual friends, and I got back and I said, yeah, Ben, I said, yeah, I'm gonna look next week to like maybe book Vegas for March Madness.
Yeah.
And my mate was like, "Oh,
right, that's right. You were supposed to, and you even said that on the show. That's right. You were going to be going back for March, and you guys were even going to have a party there. Like Greg, everyone was going to come.
And then it was like, and then he's like, "Oh, maybe why don't you come to Seattle? We can do it." And now I joke with him. I said, "Oh, what you're going to fly me into the epicenter?" At the time. When Washington was really bad at the first. No, it's just funny how it seems like so long ago.
It does. It really, for me, I work really hard and I get up really early and I work a lot, and time the last couple of years has gone by so fast for me. But yeah, this last 3 weeks has seemed like an eternity. I've had to do stuff that's been completely out of the routine, really, for the most part, and so it's totally slowed down again. Yeah, it's weird how different events make the perception of time faster and slower, etc. So yeah, I do have some thoughts on the baseball, but as I said, I want to wait. We're in no huge rush here or anything.
No, fine.
And we can wait till.
And I've had this. I mean, since probably some point last year. I think I've had this whole trip planned. My mate from England that I lived with in Thailand. He's coming. He was going to come over. He's going to bring his daughter, and my other mate that now lives in England. He was coming over in the middle of July, and we had this whole trip planned of like, we would go to Cedar Point, which is in Ohio. Then we go Niagara Falls, and then all the way to New York City, down to Washington D.C. Like a big road trip for a week. I don't think
Jeez.
that's happening.
No, not until we get a vaccine. I mean, when's that going to happen? I mean, realistically, nothing can happen until that happens.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not a doctor and don't want to speculate on that. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, who knows?
But the NFL is proceeding as if they are going to start after the Labor Day weekend.
What was that?
The NFL is proceeding as if they are going to start after the Labor Day weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, again, I mean, you just don't know. What's college football gonna do?
Yeah. No, I know. It's honestly, I'm skeptical that there's going to be a 2020 MLB season. But if there is, and I was saying at the beginning, if it's not a marathon, but it's a sprint to the finish line for these teams, who does that benefit the most? Which teams are set up to take advantage of that? And obviously, there's lots of favorites, and the bookies have put out their favorites. I mean, our picks aren't going to be that different from everyone else's that have already done this. You know what I mean? But yeah, you gotta.
I may surprise you.
Okay, well there you go.
I may surprise you. No, yeah, I mean, I think one thing it'll definitely benefit teams that have pitching.
Agreed. I mean, but that's the case at no matter what. So
but
it does.
I'm saying, if you're talking, yeah, but you can fudge it over the long haul. I mean, you can get by with mediocre pitching over the long haul. I'm just saying, if it's a sprint, then obviously it's.
Mm-hmm.
If you got strong pitching, if it gets down to more like a playoff race, then definitely it's pitching. But over the long haul, I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, look at the Twins last year. Basically, they basically hit themselves to the playoffs.
That's true. I like the Twins, actually. I was going to ask everyone about a dark horse at the end, and so, well, if you're going to choose a dark horse, the Twins are a dark horse. They have a good bullpen. They got good pitching. It's going to be about chemistry. I mean, obviously, there's going to be intangibles that we can never predict that are going to.
I don't know if they. I just don't know if they. My thing is, what ball are they going to use this year?
What ball?
Is it the playoff baseball or is it the regular season baseball?
Okay.
If it's
Suddenly you've gone down again here. I think it's on my end or something.
Yeah, my video's still up here.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna reload it. Weird how that does happen, but there you go. Anyways, I think this was going to be resolved just before all this happened. I was just about to buy StreamYard and have an upgrade to the show, like the look and everything, and but anyways, that will still happen. Definitely expecting that, but yeah, everything got put on hold all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's understandable. I get that.
I mean, obviously, you gotta like the favorites. You gotta like the Yanks, although their pitching is a little suspect, right?
No, I don't know. They got Cole.
That's true, absolutely, and he's gonna benefit. And he's gonna benefit from this extra time off.
Yeah, I mean they got Cole.
That's true. Tanaka. Yeah.
They still have.
Tanaka and what's his head?
Paxton, Severino, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what German is allowed to come back.
That's true. And then all those guys are going to have extra time off still to heal.
Yeah.
They're big hitters.
Jordan was 18-4 last year until he got suspended for domestic violence. And it just depends when's he gonna when are they gonna allow him to come back?
I think a sexy pick to come out of the ALE, the American League East, is the Rays.
Yeah, well, they were one of my. You said before to pick two teams.
Right.
They were one of my two teams.
Yeah, I mean, they got good pitching, and they ended a 5-year playoff drought last year.
Yeah. I mean, and you think about the Rays, they're the ones that came up with basically came up with the opener.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing out a guy from your bullpen to start the game.
Right.
And this might be the one year that they won't need one. They got pretty decent pitching staff there down there.
Yeah.
What two people that got Cy Young votes and.
That's true.
My only thing about that, I'm not. Maybe it's just a name thing, but I'm not all that impressed with their lineup. But
Boston lost Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Lost David Price. Obviously, there's just not enough there in Boston this year to hang with New York or even Tampa, you would think, right?
Yeah. Is Sale out?
Yeah. Or, no, he just got... Who was it just got Tommy John? It is Sale. It was...
Well, and what's recently was Syndergaard.
Oh, okay, that's right. It was Syndergaard. But I do...
But I think Sale...
It went out again here for some reason. Sorry, there we go. Or... Wonder why that keeps doing that. Sorry, Dan.
That's all right. I just think it's why are we showing him?
We're not showing anything at the moment. Hold on.
You got audio?
There you are. So yeah, we're tackling the AL East to start with. So the next in line is Toronto, right? Over Baltimore.
Yeah.
Surely Toronto's going to be over Baltimore. Don't you think?
I mean, Baltimore's just terrible.
Toronto needs some pitching, it needs some more drafting, but it does have like Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Kevin Biggio, guys like that, you know what I mean? And then if you can get a couple of young pitchers. So this is a team that's in like 3 years away, you know what I mean? And then those hitters will have, they'll be in the middle of their careers by that point and be... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then, of course, then it's Baltimore.
Baltimore's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing the Washington area has the Nationals and the Capitals, because other than that, every other sports team around there stinks.
Right.
And bad management.
The Nationals are pretty good, and the Capitals are pretty good, so they're lucky.
Outside of those two teams.
Yeah.
Outside of those two teams, you got the Redskins, you got Baltimore, the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
The Nationals and Capitals are the only thing that keep them above Detroit.
Right.
I wish AM Plus Money was on here so I could,
he is going to come on. He is going to come on in a few minutes here, actually.
All right, but I just had to get my Detroit bash in there anyway.
Well, so we basically agree that New York's going to take it unless it's a massive upset. But who could that be in the AL East? Only Tampa then. as you said, you already have that as an upset. Okay, that's a good pick. I like that.
I definitely had to. I definitely lean the Yankees. If you're gonna say who's gonna win the East, I definitely lean the Yankees.
Hmm.
As long as they stay healthy. I mean, that was one of their problems last year. All during the year, they had health issues, but they still, but
Hmm.
they just have a solid lineup and then solid pitching.
I agree.
But they will have to replace Gregorius at short.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll be all right.
So the Yanks won 103 games last year. They probably even do better this year.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, you think this year they went on? Yeah.
Maybe like 105 or something. Or, well, I guess it's a shortened season. So if it wasn't a shortened season.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, It's like, what are they going to do? Are they going to shorten the season?
Well, I have a favorite who I think is going to benefit the most from the shortened season.
Yeah?
Yeah. And we can talk about it more when the other people. I like the Nationals. Yeah. I think it benefits them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have unbelievably great pitching, unbelievably great hitting. They avoid the hangover that's normally associated because they get extra time between, you know what I mean? And they can just give it everything. Yeah. So
losing Rondon's going to hurt, though.
No question. But as you said, it's going to come down to pitching. So, but anyways, that is my. We can get into that more with those guys. If we're going to continue along, we go into the AL Central here, which, as I already discussed, one of my other dark horses is the Twins to come out of the Central. And so their competition this year is the White Sox, the Indians, the Royals, and the Tigers.
I'm all in on the White Sox.
Well, there you go.
I'm all in on the White Sox, especially if it's a shortened season. I'm all in. That's my team this year.
Wow. There you go. I mean, a lot of people believe the hype. The White Sox, they have emerging stars. They have good veterans in the mix.
Look what they did in the offseason. They picked up Encarnacion, which will help them at, again, Gio Gonzalez, which because of some of the injuries they've had in the past, which will help them in the short season. Gio Gonzalez will eat up some innings for them. Yasmin Grandal. I mean, they got two all-star catchers on their team. Dallas Keuchel will help the young pitching staff. Look at the pitching staff. You got Giolito, who went from the worst pitcher 2 years ago in the major leagues to one of the best in the AL. Keuchel.
Yeah.
With the short season.
He's an X factor. Because
Yeah. With the short season, that gives Kopech a chance. He's coming off Tommy John, and he only got to throw 11 pitches in spring training, but 7 of them were over 100. Which I'm not sure if I believe a spring training gun, but I mean, if he could come back in a short season, so they can limit his innings. Ronaldo Lopez is coming back. I think it's or one of them, Lopez or Rondon. One of them's coming back up at Tommy John. I mean, they kept their closer from last year. They didn't trade him at the deadline. They've got probably what's considered one of the top 5 young closers. And Bummer, they got a stacked lineup. I mean, I just think to be honest, I think they're a year away, but in a shortened season, if everything's shortened up, I think they have a chance, a real good chance.
Okay, I kind of like, as I've told you, I kind of like the Twins in the AL Central. They set last year an MLB record with 307 home runs, and then they added Josh Donaldson to the mix, and he had 37 last year in 2019. Their rotation remains strong. They have that shutdown bullpen, which all is coming back. So,
yeah, my thing is, what ball are they going to use? Because I don't think they'll hit that many home runs.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean that was their huge thing, and they were raking early on in the season too last year. So but then I like the Twins. You like the White Sox. There's the Indians who traditionally dominate that division, right? They traded Corey Kluber. May not have hurt that. He might not have hurt that much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't count them out. I guess
they just don't have as much talent anymore.
Yeah, I think, and if they're not, if they're not winning at the trade, if they're not winning, I don't think if they're in first or second place at the trading deadline, they'll get rid of Lindor.
Right.
So. No, they're a good team, and they've always been up there. But I don't know. I would say it's the Twins and Sox. And I think this, to be honest, as much as I like them, I just think they're probably a year away. But because their outfield could be outside. The two left and right field could just be brutal defensively for the Sox.
Right.
Not good. I think they're gonna rely on a lot of Louis Robert to cover center field and make up for a lot of it. So, no, listen, the Twins. Yeah, I guess probably the smart money would be on the Twins. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, like you said, good pitching, good bullpen, just killed the ball last year, hitting.
Yeah, but there's. Still, I mean, like when you look at in the AL Central for sure, but overall, I mean, there's still a long shot.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. I agree with that. I was just talking more AL Central.
Yeah. Well, then next in line is the Royals, probably over the Tigers. You would agree?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so.
It's not saying much. It's not saying a lot.
No. They've had 207 losses over the last 2 years. The Royals. New manager, Mike Matheny.
I can't believe he got another job.
Yeah, because he's had difficulties in the past with players and stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah, in St. Louis, he was terrible. Yeah, I can't believe he got another job. But hey.
And then bringing up the rear. We'll both agree that the Tigers will be bringing up the rear. Last year they won a MLB low 47 games.
Yeah, well, I have nothing to say on the Tigers.
Yeah. Too bad about the Tigers.
Anybody that's ever watched any of our shows knows my feelings about all teams Detroit. Oh, nothing to say.
Okay, so then we go to the AL West, where this is going to be this is a competitive division, really. A lot of people believe that the Astros are going to do something or basically win it. I mean, I think they're favored even over the A's. And so I'm just not convinced personally. I just think that it's not going to be a benefit for them. Oh, you're cut out again here visually. I'm going to just refresh 1 sec.
What kind of second-rate outfit are you running here?
I know. I gotta get this fixed. There we go. Now it's the double tap on that. So yeah, the Astros. I don't know. Wouldn't you like the A's better?
No, I'm an Astros guy. I think they're just gonna come out and say fuck y'all.
And try to
don't-
win
I don't think-
one.
I don't think this off season thing's gonna have any. I don't think they care. They've pretty much shown they don't care.
And so this whole thing, in a weird, twisted way, actually benefits them. They get off from that initial hatred that was going on, and
I think teams still hate them, and I just think I think they'll go out there, and some of the players will go out there and they'll just go out there and act like they're doing something, just act something, and
Right.
get in the other guy's head. Oh, are they still cheating? Are they doing that? I'd laugh if this first step back, if he just walked up and starts like rubbing his chest area, like he's got a buzzer there and he's trying to adjust it or something. I just laugh. I think it's been I think a lot of it's been just blown out of proportion. But I don't think they're the only one.
There's always been cheating in baseball. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Always. There's been so much of it. Like they've had cameras in everywhere. It's ridiculous.
They were just better at it.
So you believe that it's overblown? I mean, it's horrible. Jeez, it keeps cutting out.
But or Fangraphs or one of those places. They've done actually a deep dive, not just the YouTube shit. They've actually done deep dive studies that actually showed it might not have helped them as much as people think it helped them. Just by looking at straight numbers.
So Lid BCT is in the chat and he's saying, "Show the beer." You got
called Oberon. It's made in Kalamazoo. It's a summer-only beer. They have their own.
There you go.
They have their own day. Like, it got moved because of the coronavirus. It got moved up. It's usually March 23rd is when they release this beer, Oberon. But
right on.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right, hold on. We're moving through this stuff, and I said we were going to wait for the other guys, but what can you do?
So,
well, as I said, I like the A's. They're coming off consecutive 97-win seasons. They have basically the entire core returning. So I think I'm going the other way on the Astros than you. I think it does affect them. That it's not a benefit. That there's going to be infighting and different things. I mean, Cole couldn't have got out of there faster last year. Remember, he just hated them all. He was out of there. He wasn't part of the championship run or anything. So
where'd you get that? He hated it all. I haven't seen that anywhere.
Oh, he did. He hated the way that the Astros were handling a whole bunch of stuff. He just hated them, and he couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Man, I think if they would have offered him more money than the Yankees, he would stay.
No, he had a big issue with the way that they were doing a bunch of stuff. Like, he must have known that it was all coming down. I think is what happening. He knew, and so he just wanted out of there. So AM Plus Money here, one of our guests, one of our guests, but also one of our main members in the Insiders Room Discord. And he does a lot of different shows on Twitter with some different people, including Al Mack. They've been doing some live wagering on Nicaraguan soccer, and I know that they've been doing extremely well on that. And so AM Plus Money, he's come in here and he's been betting on lots of different things. And I mean, when he first came in here, right, Dan, he was betting on lots of different things, but
right.
And so now that's the only thing left. But you know what? I think that the Belarus has finally We can talk to AM Plus Money about this. But Belarus has finally finished their Premier League. So now it is only Nicaragua. But surely that's going to be canceled soon, too. Yeah. We can talk to him about that. So, I mean, you're going Astros. I'm going A's. But then, where does the Angels come into all of this? See, Anthony Rendon.
That's my second team.
That's your second dark horse.
That's my second team in the West. You said you pick.
Okay, that's your second team in the AL West. Okay, all right. You're right.
That's my second team in the AL West.
We're picking the two top teams to come out of the AL West. So I'm taking Oakland and LA, in fact. So you're taking Houston and LA.
Yep.
Okay. So Anthony Rendon, Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani, if he's back healthy, you got Rondon, you got Trout, and to be honest, I think Joe Madden's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I just think he's going to bring because I know a lot about him because he was as a Cubs manager, and I just think he's going to bring a different attitude, a different thing to the clubhouse. I think will help.
Right. So then the next two teams in line, I don't know. It's the Rangers and the Mariners.
Well, yeah.
Rangers, they have Corey Kluber. The Mariners started 13-2 last year, and then they just had 68 wins after that. They started in Japan, or they were one of the maybe it wasn't Japan. It was somewhere in the.
I think they did start in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you would know more about Seattle than I would. You're close, at least.
No, and exactly, and you don't even hear that much of. Well, I mean, even these days, but yeah, I've been to that field. I've been to Safeco. It's an awesome field, actually. Really cool. But no, they have no pitching. They have nothing. But you know what they do have? They have a really loyal fan base. I mean, they're like one of the only teams that's never ever won the World Series.
Yeah.
But they have big pockets, a really great fan base. Is like the NHL is set to return to Seattle, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like it is. So, I mean, Seattle is an awesome. I just can't believe they took away the Sonics. I'm
I know.
Still in disbelief about that, honestly. I went to Seattle to see a game before.
Obviously, I'm not as huge an NHL fan as you are. Has Seattle ever been in? Has the NHL ever been in Seattle?
That's a good question, and that could have been around in the early 1900s or something. So I don't want to say no. There might have been because.
Yeah, but because then it would have been part of the would they have been a part of the original six? And I've never heard Seattle.
True.
No, I just wondered because.
But I guess it would be a great hockey town. Huge. I mean, it's right beside Vancouver. I mean, how could it not be this massive? I mean, because the people from Seattle go up to Vancouver to see the Canucks. The NHL fans, yeah. And along with the Seahawks. Just thinking about that, our wager and the Seahawks.
But no, I've already seen. It always seems like Seattle always seems to have a great fan base.
They do. Sonics. I just can't believe that they let them go after the Sonics, like that whole run. With Kemp and Schrempf and Peyton and Big Smooth and all of them, and Nate McMillan. Mac-10, like
Yeah.
it's I just can't believe that they let them go. That was just the most unbelievable team. I just can't believe they just couldn't beat Jordan. I was so torn because I love the Bulls, but I love the Sonics so much too. Then all of a sudden the Sonics were so great and they were so close to me when I was growing up.
Right.
And so I just loved them. And so I was just loving it when it was the Sonics and Bulls playing. It was like, okay, well, whoever wins, I'm not going to be too sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they ran into a problem that many teams ran into.
Hey, and so here is Tello Botello. Thank you, my man. Thank you, sir. I'm trying to monitor a few things at once here, but
that's no problem. I figured you weren't speaking to me.
No, one of the he's actually a mod. He's still a mod. Hold on, you've disappeared. I gotta refresh. Okay. Yeah. He is still a mod here on the channel. And Aldo is saying hello. Thank you, sir. So we're supposed to have a few more guests on here tonight. Aldo, have you... Yeah, there's a new view for moderators. There's so many cool stuff for Twitch, and I have to like make that introductory video and all that, and so I really wanted a whole upgrade to the show. The view, as I said, I wanted, whenever I have a guest on, I just wanted instantly to transform to the proper size boxes and everything. And so I was just about to get StreamYard instead of Restream.io. I heard that StreamYard is really easy to use and has lots of great tools and stuff like that to use. But Aldo, Dan, as I was telling you, Aldo helped me set up a lot of stuff at the beginning.
Okay.
He's helped me with a lot of my different website work and different things, and I'm hoping that we can give Aldo some work here really soon. He's been affected by the coronavirus issue as well. He's in Mexico City right now. And but no, he's been huge help at the beginning of all of this for sure.
All right, cool. How's your brother doing?
My brother?
Yeah.
So he's doing totally fine. His wife
is his daughter still in France?
No, she got out like.
Okay.
I mean, Canada was still accepting people back, but at the moment when they were trying to get her back, we didn't know what was going on. Like all airports were about to be shut down, and Canada could have been shut down, and this and that. And they paid a whole bunch of money, like 5 times the amount or something, to get her on a plane, like hours before everything seemed like it was going to shut down. And so now she's back, and she had to do a self-quarantine thing. So yeah.
No, I just want because I saw France exploded today.
Mm-hmm.
Like
no,
1,300 deaths. I think 1,300 deaths today.
Wow. What about Thailand? What's
Man, who knows?
Exactly.
It's like China. I mean, it's like, who knows about? Yes, who knows? I mean, they're starting to do things. I mean, everything's basically stay at home. I know Bangkok and a few other places are putting in like curfews now.
Oh, it's the whole country now is under curfew.
All right. Well, but
from 10 till 6.
Okay, but who knows about the numbers? Who knows? I mean, it's a country. It's a country that with traffic accidents. If you, it doesn't count as a traffic accident death.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no, so, but they're still like one of the top countries in the world for traffic accident deaths, but they don't even count all of them. So I don't know. You know, I think it all. Who knows? To be honest, what'll happen?
Right. I don't know what's going on with Discord tonight. It keeps dropping out. And so, anyways, as I was saying, that my upgrade was going to eliminate Discord and the way that we connect visually. It'd be more in line with the standard streaming shows, whatever they use. I have no idea. I don't want to think about it. I used to think about that stuff a lot in the past. Oh, I think it looks like AM Plus Money. Mr. AM Plus Money is in the house, and we were going to be talking about... There he is. He's wearing Arizona Cardinals.
Always gotta rep my Cardinals, even though they're junk. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good, man.
Good, mate.
So we were talking a little
Still
bit
alive?
about your Nicaraguan soccer prowess, because the Belarus league I just learned has shut down.
You're joking. Oh wow, I didn't even see that. That's crazy. That's disappointing. Well, to be honest, I wasn't really getting into Belarus yet because I needed to wait. I didn't really understand the league well. I wanted to wait a few games before betting it, and we just never got to that point. So it's fine. I feel like I have a firm grasp on Nicaragua, so I'm excited to bet that. But me and Al were both busy last night, so we didn't get around to that. But
I did.
I'm sure I
did ask your opinion on that game last night, and you did say that after that team had won 7-0, that you thought that they were going to have a letdown in Diangren at home, or however you pronounce that. And anyways, they ended up winning 2-1. Did you see that? They ended up winning 2-1.
Yes, I did. And actually, I found it interesting because all 3 goals were scored in the first half. And when I was watching, like I was monitoring the game, and I said, that's interesting. But then, no goals in the second half. So it kind of did what I said, where it calmed right down, and they just... The game went stale after half.
Well, yeah, that was a great call. You definitely said that directly in our forum, our Discord forum.
Yeah, personally, I think Durangen is probably the 3rd best team in that league. But they're definitely like leagues ahead of the 4th place team. It's definitely Real Esteli, Managua, and Durangen, or however you say those, but yeah,
however you pronounce
those
that.
are definitely the top. Those are definitely the top 3 teams in that league. So always, if you get a chance to bet one of them at home at like a decent price, I would take it because those 3 teams are unbelievable.
Right. So AM Plus Money, Dan and I have been on for like 45 minutes. And we've already gone through the AL. We've been through the AL. So that's what we're primarily doing today. We're looking at MLB, pretending like the season will, in fact, be going on. And so, just to go over that, what we're trying to do is pick 2 teams from every division who we think will be 1 and 2, or 2 and 1, whatever. And then we're also trying to give a couple of dark horse picks from each conference. So in the AL East, we both agreed that the Yanks and the Rays would take that versus the Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Orioles, and that the Rays have a legitimate shot at upsetting. I mean, probably not, but yeah, I mean, if anyone does,
I completely agree.
The Rays have a shot at the Yankees. AL Central, that was a really interesting one. Twins and White Sox, we both like. I really like the Twins as a possible upset. That was one of my upset teams to win the whole thing. The Twins had an MLB record 307 home runs last year. They added Josh Donaldson, who had 37 in 2019. They have a strong rotation. They have a shutdown bullpen. But then Dan was saying he really likes the White Sox because of a lot of the different moves that they had made in that. But then it's against the Indians, Royals, and Tigers after that. So the Indians traded Corey Kluber. And then we also looked at the AL West, and Dan really likes the Astros to play with a chip on their shoulder and to take the AL West. I like the A's. Personally, they're coming off consecutive 97-win seasons. They have almost all of their key players returning. But Dan likes, and so we both like the Angels. I think the Astros are going to take a nosedive personally, but I also like the Angels. They have Anthony Rendon, Shohei Ohtani. Of course, they got all the big hitters in there. And of the Rangers and the Mariners, obviously, they're horrible. So what do you think about in the AL West, AM? It's obviously between Houston, Oakland, and LA.
Well, personally, I definitely like the Athletics.
Okay.
I liked them last year near the end of the season. I noticed that they tend to heat up right around, right after, usually going into, I think it's end of July, August-ish, that they really start to heat up. They go on long win streaks. And personally, I do think they're a good team. If I had to say, the thing is with Oakland, I lost my train of thought.
Keeping into account, too, that this is supposed to be a shortened season.
That's the thing I wanted to mention. I think that might hurt them because they like to heat up near the end of the year, and I don't know if we're playing a shortened season with less games. I feel like that might mess up their rhythm a little bit, and they might not end up getting on that hot streak. So I'm not really sure what to make of it yet, because we don't even know if there's gonna be a season. But with a shortened season, I definitely think that hurts the Athletics. But if we're talking full length season where they try to squeeze in like 2 games a day, I'll take the Athletics for sure. Houston,
right? That's a good call.
I don't.
If they're doing 2 games a day, I love the A's. You're right. And
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's a possibility because they might not want to shorten the season that way.
If it's a sprint instead of a marathon, then Houston, that really could benefit Houston, perhaps.
Exactly, and also, see, Houston, I don't know what to make of yet because they had the scandal, but I still think they have the pieces there to be good.
That's what Dan thinks as well.
It's all most of the same pieces. That's the other thing. Even though he's gone, I still think they have the pieces to do it. They definitely have the hitters anyway. So,
right.
I think they have a chance as well. I do like the Angels, but just not as much. But I love Shohei Ohtani, and I definitely want to see how his comeback to the dual. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want to see how his comeback to the dual threat turns out, because we know he was only the DH last year, so when he came back. But he's a player I love to watch, so I'm definitely going to be interested in the Angels.
There you go. Well, that's one of Dan's. He also likes them. You guys, I'm gonna cut to you, Dan, and I'm gonna let you take it away for a second here, and then we're gonna get into the NL. But I just need to go to the facilities here for 2 seconds. And so I'm going to cut to you guys. I'll be back in 2 seconds, and then we're going to tackle the National League.
All right, good.
Take it away.
How you been doing, Plus Money?
Oh, I'm good, Dan. How are you, buddy?
Good. So it's just stacking those shelves for Canada.
Oh, you know it, man. We're essential up here. I'm carrying Canada on my back.
No, because I used to manage grocery stores. That used to be my thing. So, no, I know all about it, but I just kind of laugh.
Oh, what department you do?
In the grocery store?
Yeah.
Nah, like everything. I not bakery or dairy, but like everything else.
Oh, grocery.
Yeah, like everything else. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
but it was like, and my friend used to always like, my friend in England, in Thailand, was from England. He used to always like, oh, look at your resume, you're shelf stacker. I'm like, now look at us.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Oh my god. But yeah, no, gotta stack the shelves, man. These people are savages. Like, straight savages.
yeah,
If I
yeah.
could, I would take a cattle prod to all of them and just get them in line.
Do you did you wear like gloves and a mask or anything, or?
You know what? I actually just ordered a mask online,
Okay.
but
Okay.
cause you know what? I don't trust these people. But yeah, I wear gloves all the time and I
Okay.
wash my hands because
No,
I'm
I know,
not getting
I know, I
sick over
understand
here.
that.
Not letting COVID take me down. Okay,
Yeah,
the
because I
only
used to.
corona in my body is this.
Oh, there you go. It'll kill it. There you go. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just wondering. Yeah, it's just I always. Yeah, I just want. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. No, it's definitely it's a struggle.
And it's not because I went. Yesterday was the first time I've been out of the house, and in over a week. Because I needed beer.
They're essential too.
Yeah. Well, no, because no, here you can just get in a grocery store anyway, so it doesn't matter. You can get beer and alcohol in a grocery store. So
They're starting to do that here.
So, but it was
Just
like,
happened.
but because we've been on self-imposed quarantine or whatever you want to call it, stay
Yeah.
home, stay safe, whatever. And I have, but I'm like, all right, I need beer because since my friend in England, he's been on furlough. We do this. We get on Skype and do the Trump coronavirus press conference, and we just sit there and drink and laugh. And we tried to do a drinking game, but we got too drunk. So
It doesn't work.
Yeah, but we sit there just drink and talk and whatever, as we were used to do in Thailand. So I'm like, well, I gotta go out. I need beer. I ran out of alcohol. And all the stuff I had, so I went out. But if the stores were the same as it was a week ago, the last time I was in the store, no toilet paper. They got a little bit different. They got a little bit more butter in, but like there's like no butter. There's no mac and cheese. No rice.
Yeah, there's nothing.
No rice.
They're savages.
Very little pasta. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, my store doesn't have a single Lysol wipe.
No,
Doesn't
yeah. Those have been gone for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no gloves. They don't have paper towels. They have like barely. So they have some toilet paper, but like not a lot.
We got paper towel, but no toilet paper.
Yeah, no, see, it's the opposite up here. Couldn't get a paper towel if your life depended on it.
And I'm like,
But
what?
yeah, they're crazy.
I see these people walking around with like this.
Normally we'd be watching a game right now. Those were the good old
I see
days.
people walking around with carts full of stuff. I'm like, what? What are you doing?
Honestly, I know they're wearing masks and gloves, and then they want to come up to you,
Yeah.
touch you, and talk to you. I'm like, get the fuck away. 6 feet.
Yes,
Social. I just shout social distance, because that's the thing. Is like now, because of all the COVID, we get to be the assholes to the customers. The customer is no longer right.
Listen, Am, you are a frontline warrior. True
I
hero
am
in my
frontline at
books.
2
A
stores.
true hero.
2 stores.
Yep.
And then I'm a baker at a 3rd store, so I'm just raking right
Congrats, dude. No doubt. This is a time for the opportunistic and people that are willing
now. Exactly.
to work hard. Yeah, they're going to kill it.
And willing to put their life on the line. Yeah.
That's
Well,
why I'm
that's
getting
true as
myself
well.
a mask.
Yeah.
So I can do my 3 jobs efficiently.
Okay.
And
So,
carry Canada on my back here, because, somebody's got to pay for the 500,000 Canadians on EI.
It's true.
So,
Well,
Yeah.
away from the coronavirus talk. Now we
Yes.
head into the National League, and we're going to start in the National League East. And even though I did tell Dan earlier that I really liked the Nationals, I think that a shortened season benefits the Nationals because they avoid the hangover, from winning the whole thing, that that hangover. And they have
it's
the pitching
definitely
staff.
faded away by
They
now.
have the pitching staff, and other than losing Rendon, they're pretty much intact. But I did tell him that. But I also really like the Braves out of the. So I like, as my dark horse out of the American League, I like the Twins. As my dark horse out of the East, the National League. I like the Braves. Yeah, the Braves.
Interesting.
Not sure that's a dark horse, but yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really, right? They're basically could be favored to win the NL East over the Nationals.
Yeah, but the thing about the Braves, though, they did lose Donaldson, and they did lose a Tehran. So but I mean, they still have a very good team. So they're what my top two teams in NL East were the Braves and the Nationals, because I mean they're gonna miss Rondon, but Soto's a beast, and I mean how can you look past Scherzer, Strasburg, and Corbin?
Yep. No, exactly. That's true. And so, if this was a full season, maybe the Braves would have been the call. But yeah, as I mentioned to you, I think that really does benefit the Nationals in a shortened season. The Mets, I mean, they're lacking pitching, especially now that Thor has gone out with Tommy John.
Right.
So, and then the Phillies, I mean, I don't know. Do you like the Phillies over the Mets?
Yeah, definitely. Especially without
I would
Syndergaard.
think.
Definitely. I mean, I've read some stuff that people think the Phillies are going to win the East.
So that would mean that Bryce Harper, I mean, who had a decent season in his first year, would have a better season this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting pitching is a question mark.
I mean, the only thing about the Braves, one of my drawbacks about the Braves is they really don't have I mean, Sean Green can be, but they really don't have an established closer.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one they used last year, the big closer they have last year, he doesn't have overpowering stuff. And you always, that's the thing with the Nats. You can bring in Doolittle, who just throws 100-mile-an-hour BBs.
Right.
Or like the Yankees with Chapman or whatever. You get those big closers. And I think, again, if it goes to a short season, I just think that's a big plus.
So Braves, if the NL East, we're thinking Braves and Nationals. Nationals or Braves. 1-2, 2-1. What do you think,
And
Cam?
plus money, you?
Well, I mean, it seems like the obvious choice there. I don't trust the Mets after.
I mean, we don't want to make the obvious choice every time, too. But, I mean...
Yeah, well, you know what? I kind of like the Phillies. I will say that. I do like the Phillies.
There you go.
That might be my
maybe in a
dark
shortened
horse team.
season.
Maybe we'll see. Because I do
Some
expect
good value
Bryce
there.
Harper... Like, yeah, he had an okay season, but, like, he kind of just faded into dust, in my opinion. And I think he's got maybe a chip on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you see him come out and just really try to hammer the ball. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I think I'll go with the Phillies and the Braves because personally I just don't like the Nats, and I don't want to take the team that won the World Series. So those will be my two teams, and Phillies might even be my dark horse team. But
All of a sudden, you guys went dark. I had a refresh. Hold on.
definitely don't trust the Mets after the debacle last year with the front office. Just
Right.
wow.
Well, that might have been the
Yeah, but that was last year was just another ridiculous season, and you can't trust him. So, yeah, I'll take the Phillies and the Braves.
Nice. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties tonight with Discord. Do you see Dan? Dan's.
Oh, Discord.
I'm gonna hit refresh one more time. Hold on. Come on, Dan.
All right, it's all right. People don't
Dan's
need to see
there.
it. It's all right.
And we had AM Plus money for a second.
It'd probably be a favor. It'd probably be a favor to people not have to look at me.
We're shooting from all over the country tonight, and there's AM. So there you go. See, you're in.
Oh, I'm back.
I can see you. We just can't see Dan.
Great.
Nah, it's all right.
All right.
One
So
or the
then
other now?
we'll say that the Marlins, obviously, we won't even mention them. They're the last. So then we move on to, we have two more divisions, the NL Central and the NL West. First, we'll start with the NL Central. So this is a tough one, actually, because I mean traditionally this is a division
Oh, this
that
one's
the
always
Cards,
so close.
the Cards have, had a tenuous grip upon this division, but this is competitive. Okay, let's just all agree about the worst team in this division, so we don't have to talk about them, the Pirates, right?
Oh yeah, not even.
Okay.
Wasn't
so then
on my list.
We have the Cubs, the Reds, the Cards, and the Brewers. These are teams that are going to be separated by just a few games. It's a toss-up, and it's
always so close.
And your choice?
Oh, well, if I'm gonna choose, I'm definitely going with the Brew Crew, and I think the Cards. I like the Cards for sure. Not these Cards, but the St. Louis Cardinals. You know what? I'll be honest. I was betting some spring training before it got canceled, and they were a money maker. They were just destroying teams, and personally, I think they're always good. They have a solid core team. They have They have one of the best catchers.
Right.
They have one of the best catchers in the game. So, personally, I think the Cardinals might even be the best team in that division. I don't trust the Cubs. Okay, every year they conk
Neil the
out.
Legend is here in the chat,
end.
by the way. Neil the Legend. He's wagering.
Oh.
You got the over or the under on the coronavirus? We're all.
What's the
over.
line?
We're on the over.
Obviously over, but like.
Anyway, sorry, Am. I didn't mean to cut you off. You were making a really good
No,
point
it's all
there.
good.
You were
That's
making a really good
hilarious.
point there about the Cards.
That's hilarious. I definitely take the under. But yeah, no. The Cardinals, I just think they're such a good team. I think they could be the best in the league, in that division. Sorry. The Cubs, I don't trust. They just kind of like they stay competitive, and then near the end they just kind of like conk out, stop trying if all hope is lost. And
the Reds.
Cincinnati, every year people are like they're gonna be good. Watch out for Cincinnati. Watch out. Well, I'm still watching out for them. So,
I think this one. I think we can all agree that this is the most wide open division. Obviously, I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
It's always so close, and that's why it's such a tough decision. Because yes, Cincinnati could compete, and so could the Cubs. But I just think if we're gonna go with quality, I like that, and I also like the Brewers because
Christian Yelich returning.
Score exactly. Yeah. They can score when they need to. They have pretty decent pitching, so maybe not the best, but
yeah,
it's enough. It's enough to get them through. So I definitely think the Brewers and the Cardinals are gonna edge out the other two, in
I
this
mean,
division.
here's my thing about the Brewers. I mean, yeah, I mean, but they lost. Not that he's great, but they lost Gio Gonzalez and lost Zach Davies. They lost 2 starters. The thing for the Brewers is, can they find the arms to get them through 6 innings? Because
Well,
they got a good bullpen, and they've always
They'll need the
disappeared
bats.
again. All right, now you're back.
and but also what they lost their catcher Grandal, which I think is gonna hurt them a little bit. But no, I'm on the Brewers. I'm on the Reds. I think they're pitching right now. Their pitching is probably. I think their pitching is the best in that division. And they signed Castellanos, which I think will really help out that offense. So yeah, I'm with you on the Brewers, but I'm more on the Reds. Probably wrongly, as you say, but I think Castellanos, Votto. I think this is all right.
Yeah, I have a tough time getting a read on that division, for sure. But then we move on to the final division in the National League. It's the National League West, and clearly the Dodgers.
There's one team.
They got
The
Mickey
only
Betts.
team in that division.
There's one team. Yeah.
Yeah. They won 106 games last year.
Added
So-
one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be weird if they have this shortened season and, they have to make mid-season trades and all that, like the trade deadline and all that. But
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be
after
lucky.
the Dodgers,
At that point,
then it's a log jam of 3 teams.
You could put Chris Bryant on the Nationals at that point.
Padres and Giants. Although the Giants, who do they got? They've even lost Madison Bumgarner. So then you got the Diamondbacks, who they gained Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah.
They have Starling Marte, Cole Calhoun. So Arizona would be looking for a wild card berth in the NL, right? Against the NL Central and the NL East, really. Probably Arizona would be. The Padres, though.
Yeah, when I started writing down notes for this, I wrote down the Padres, and I started to write down notes, and I just stopped. There's only one team, and I don't. There's only one team. Just started.
Right.
I think, yeah. I mean, we could probably make cases for all of them. I mean, the thing about the Padres, they got a lot of young talent, and I don't know if this is their year for them. It could be next year or whatever. But they got a lot of young talent, kind of like the Sox. But I think the Sox just have some because they brought in more veteran players.
Mm-hmm. And then at the bottom is the Rockies.
Rockies.
Nolan Arenado. He's unhappy with them. And what else about the Rockies? Nothing.
Nothing.
They got that ballpark.
Yeah.
The whole thing that he's unhappy with them. What? He's been there for how many years? He thought he was going to be any different? That's like kind of what I don't get with some of these people. They sign these long-term contracts, and then they're like, well, I'm unhappy because they haven't brought anybody else in. One, you got a huge contract. Two, they haven't brought anybody else in for years. Why do you think it's going to change?
No, I think it's a good breakdown. We've broke it down. We have broke it down. Still wondering why my Facebook isn't working on my Restream IO. But boys, we've broken it down. We broke down So, what about your two dark horses then? To come out of the AL and NL.
Okay, well, out of the NL, I know I already said the Phillies, but I'm actually gonna change that.
Well, that was for the for the Central, yeah.
Yeah, we'll change it to the Cardinals.
Or the East, sorry. So the Cardinals out of the.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, out of the whole entire National League.
I know.
I wonder where you could get them at. What can you get them at?
I think they could I think they could even give the Dodgers a run for.
See, but Nick, I don't think anybody's gonna put a number until they figure out how many games it's gonna be.
No, exactly.
Yeah, as you say, are they gonna do a sprint? Are they gonna try to do a mini marathon or a real marathon? And until you decide how many games you're gonna play, that's the only way you can decide who kind of odds you're gonna give on team.
Right. No, true. I guess that's true. I haven't looked recently about the odds of, but surely they must be listed, aren't they? AM to win the World Series.
I don't know, actually.
Right.
I really don't know.
That's a good question. I've been involved with so much other stuff other than looking at lines recently that
I don't even look at these leagues until I know that they're coming.
Yeah, but to be honest, man, I don't know. I don't think that because what?
I don't think there's gonna be a season.
Or once they come out and say, oh, it's only gonna be a 130 game season, I'll just see the books. I can see the books pulling them all down, saying, oh, it was all a bad line.
Oh, 100%.
Baseball futures, World Series odds to win. Okay, yeah, no, it's here. I got it. So,
they do.
Astros are plus 600. Yankees are plus 325. Nationals are plus 1300. Wow. Really? Dodgers are plus 325. So it's between the Yanks and Dodgers. And so you liked the Cards. They're plus 1500. I mean, so.
Okay,
yeah.
so they're right behind the Nats.
Yeah.
Right in so World Series champion territory.
What are the White Sox?
The White Sox.
Plus 2,000.
Oh, that's my. Sorry.
The Chicago White Sox are plus 3,500.
Oh my god. Double what I said.
Yeah, there we go. I think that would be my play.
And I like the Twins. Where are they? Plus 1,300.
Ooh. That's territory.
The Braves are plus 1,000. They're my they're my dark horse out of the NL. The Braves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the Rays?
Oh yeah, that's a good call. The Rays. What are the Rays? The Rays are plus 1,750.
That's good. I think the Rays have a real shot.
Yeah, to really take it, that pitching staff just takes over and takes it to New York, who has chemistry issues. I don't know. Maybe.
I might consider that.
These odds are being offered at Jazz Sportsbook. So, I don't know if anyone else is joining us tonight. I would say that they're not, seeing as we've been going for an hour and a half now to this point. We have now gone through each of the divisions. And so, at this point, I'm not sure what else to talk about. And so maybe we'll just cut this broadcast short here. Guys, we've done a really good job. Actually, it's been a really fun and informative piece, I think. One of our...
Wait, before we cut it short.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna refresh, just because we can't even see your face. Hold on.
Hear my voice?
Now I can hear your voice, though. Yeah, I just can't see your face.
That's all you need.
All right. Well, I just was hoping to get the whole thing. We got AM here, but anyways, go ahead.
No. Have you seen the Have you seen what Sportsbook AG's doing? They're doing like Madden Sims.
Yeah, well, I mean, lots of different books are doing that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, because I know it's on Twitch, but they do Madden Sims that you can bet
on other books. Yeah. No, other books are doing that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't. But they're not taking any new customers.
Sportsbook AG isn't.
No. So you got this sports book that's like running all this stuff that people can bet on, but they're not taking customers.
I just don't understand those simulations, anyways. It's just like
I've watched them. Listen, if they do 15-minute quarters, because they first started doing 6-minute quarters, and if you ever played Madden,
yeah,
you would know that it's like, and they put like at first they put up ungodly like totals. People are always betting the under,
right?
But in 6-minute quarters, if you get like, because and how they run the AI is terrible. The AI is just terrible. So if they run 15-minute quarters, it's a little bit more realistic. But there'd be games I'd be watching them, and the team would get down to like the 1 yard or like 5-yard line, have a chance to win with 20 seconds left to go in the game, and they just let the clock run out.
Right.
Oh my god.
So you're like, and what I found even more funny.
Well, there's simulations. It's not even people playing it.
No, it's simulations. Yeah.
So what is that like when you're about to queue up the game and you just leave the controller in the middle when it asks you to pick your side?
Yeah.
There's a simulation mode.
Yeah, you put it in simulation mode, so the computer just plays. But if you actually watch them, it's just unbelievable the stuff that happens in the game. They get down to like the 5-yard line and they're down 3 with like 30 seconds left. They let 15 seconds run off the clock. They call timeout, and then they kick a field goal. It's none of it's actually realistic, but people are betting on it. And then I just laugh because listen to the comments, and people are like, "Oh, this is rigged. Oh, this is cool." You're betting on a computer simulation game.
Yeah, like
how mental are you? I'd hate to see you during a real football game. Nah, I just thought it's funny that they put this up and people are like, "Oh, I bet this," and people are asking, "Oh, where do you bet this?" And we bet it here, but they take no new customers. So what's the point?
Okay, well, I thought that is crazy. That is crazy, man. We're living in crazy times, though. These people are betting on Nicaraguan soccer. They're betting on table tennis. They're betting on marbles.
Nicaragua is something I might carry on going forward.
Listen, you guys are doing such a great job with that. You called that last game in our Discord. And thank you guys for breaking down Major League Baseball if there is a season. And so we'll remain hopeful and optimistic here on the Insider's Room, all right?
Yep, no problem, mate.
All right, boys. So
and AM, keep stocking those shelves, mate. Keep them near the toilet paper.
Oh, buddy, the savages need their feed.
No, you've been doing an awesome job with everything, AM, and I'll be right there with you soon, probably. If things don't get changed around.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, boys. Good work.
All right, hey guys. Everybody, stay safe. Stay safe, especially you, AM.
Yes.
Get that mask, man.
Everybody stay alive.
I hope you're getting a good one.
Carbon filter.
All right.
All right, boys.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right. So that's it. And that was a great breakdown. So we'll see you guys next time when hopefully we'll have more of the boys on and more future changes and different things coming. So until then.